Ever take the time to think about those people who have shaped your life into the person you've become? Well, I have, and I have a story to tell. Let's talk crazy. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Are You Crazy Enough? So today we're going to do things a little different, and I'm taking a moment to self-reflect and on who I've become and the influences that have had a significant role in my journey. And the idea of really looking back and giving thanks to those key individuals and those key times in my life that have saved me, for lack of a better word. The idea came from a conversation, well, it was through social media, but with a buddy of mine named Jonathan Syfax. And he's not just a buddy, but he's also a big supporter of what I do. And he was mentioning about doing something where about love and compassion. So during that time where after I've read it, when I read what he sent me, I could not help but think about the people that are not directly related to me, but had a significant role in forming the person I have become. And when I think about why I've been so passionate about giving back and teaching what I've learned, which is why I've always considered myself a coach, I have to pay respects to those people. So, when I was a kid, I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and we went to a school called, PS 86 when I was a kid. And you don't know what you don't know until you have to know, right? It's like, what do you mean, Sam? So I didn't realize in attending PS 86 that I was a below average student until we moved to Richmond Hill, Queens, and we went to a school called PS 55. So I entered the fifth grade. And I remember being called upon by my teacher, Mrs. Brody, to solve a simple, basic multiplication problem. It's probably like 22 times 4. I don't remember specifically, but I know his multiplication, it was simple. Looking back now, right? Looking back in hindsight. But at the time, when she called me, the paranoia, the fear, the anxiety, the stress just kicked in. And all of those emotions, when I walked up to that chalkboard and she handed me the chalk, I had tunnel vision. I went blank. All I can hear was my heart beating. And I tried everything to prevent myself from relieving myself in that moment out of fear or even fainting. I just felt nauseous. I froze. I couldn't solve the problem. I couldn't hear anything. But all I knew was they're probably laughing at me. I can't believe this. I don't know this. How can I face my classmates again? So, Ms. Brody saved me in that moment because of her empathy. She grabbed my hand. She said, "It's okay." And she walked me to my seat. She didn't just say, "Go sit down." She walked me to my seat. Didn't bring it up. The whole time I'm sitting in my seat, I'm not learning. I don't even want to be there. It was devastating. So it's time to leave the class, and Miss Brody comes over to me and she says, I want to spend an hour a day with you. And I'm going to teach you. That was a powerful, powerful gesture on her part. I can imagine how many students she has. And the fact that she took the time to help this kid in the 5th grade. It molded and it shaped who I'd become. Because at the end of the year, I had one of the highest scores in the math test in the entire school and in the district. Crazy. Who would have thought? She didn't make me feel bad. She didn't say, what are you doing? This is easy. Stop playing around. She didn't single me out. And she wouldn't tolerate any bullying. Because there was a student named Rudolph who was a special needs student. And the kids who did not understand that he had a learning learning disorder, he trouble processing. She wouldn't let them snicker. She wouldn't allow them to make fun of him. The heart, the strength, the courage, that shaped me in so many ways, because at that young age, in the 5th grade, at that young age, I could have rebelled, lashed out to hide the fact that I didn't know. But because someone showed compassion and the teacher did exactly what she was there to do, was to ensure that her students walked away with more knowledge than when they walked into that classroom with. The confidence that it gave me. Number one, I took an interest in math immediately, because she made it stupid simple for me. She just made it easy for me to grasp it and understand it, and made it fun. And I took that with me. So I'd like to say thank you, Mrs. Brody. Thank you for helping to shape who I would have become, who I became. But because of you, I make it my mission to give back. I make it my mission to ensure that I'm learning so I can be a better teacher to the teams that I'm given responsibility for. It was your generosity, your courage, your empathy, your heart that had a significant impact on me. So if any of you have a Mrs. Brody out there, and I have other stories, and I will share in future episodes of other leaders that have shaped me. But if you have a Mrs. Brody out there, say thank you. And in return, pay it forward. Don't just take. Give back. Because there's always going to be another Sam, afraid and unsure. But if we take the time to recognize that Sam and not humiliate or embarrass them, because your knowledge should not be used as a weapon against those who have not acquired that knowledge. It should be used as one of your tools to be able to provide and help and teach. I hope you all have a great holiday week. Be safe, be healthy, give thanks. And remember, your future is defined by your thoughts and your actions. Let's shape the world together. Are you crazy enough? Peace.